It looks like the odds for Bears quarterback Mitch Trubisky to win MVP this coming season are increasing as we speak. What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking some NFL here to talk some very, very early NFL predictions, if you will. But before I do so, if you're new to the channel, make sure to go ahead and hit that big red subscribe button by clicking the button down below. And make sure you turn on my post notifications by clicking the bell icon down below, because I do post a lot of Bears and NFL videos. I post daily videos, and when the NFL season comes, believe me, folks, there's going to be a ton of NFL content. If you guys have been following me, you guys know that to be true. With that being said, also follow me on my social media, my Twitter and my Instagram. Links down below and on the screen for that as well. With that being said, here to talk about Mitch Trubisky, the Bears quarterback, my quarterback, who was in some news lately, and it wasn't because of anything he did. It's because the odds came out for the favorites to win the NFL MVP, and you had, of course, the big names, you know, the Rodgers, the Bradys, the Patrick Mahomes, etc., etc. But then you took a look at where Mitch Trubisky was, and he had laughable odds, okay? First and foremost, there were about 24 quarterbacks that had better odds to win the MVP than Mitch. Now, again, these are just odds here. Nobody, including myself, was going to or is probably going to predict Mitch Trubisky to win the MVP this season. I love Mitch. He's my quarterback, okay, of my team. But at the same time, you got to be realistic, right? There's a lot of good quarterbacks in this league. We're just talking about the odds here. We're just talking about, okay, if you were a betting man, who would you bet on to win MVP? And, you know, who's got the best shot to do it so? So Mitch Trubisky's odds opened at 200 to 1, folks. Again, 24 quarterbacks ahead of him. You want to know what quarterbacks were ahead of Mitch Trubisky? I'm glad you asked. Here are some of the quarterbacks that were ahead of Mitch Trubisky. And try to make it through this list without laughing. You had Marcus Mariota, Lamar Jackson. Yes, that's right. He had better odds. Kyler Murray, Jameis Winston, Sam Darnold, Derek Carr, Dak Prescott, and Baker Mayfield. Now, some of these guys, like, I'm very high on Baker. I do like Sam Darnold. Derek Carr was like an MVP favorite a few years ago before he had that injury. But the other guys, Kyler Murray hasn't even played a game yet, okay? Lamar Jackson, I mean, is he even a passer at this point? Can he throw a good pass for once? Jameis Winston, we know how inconsistent he is. So there is no reason Mitch Trubisky should be behind any of these guys, if not most of them, okay? And lo and behold, his MVP odds did increase. They are now at 50 to 1. So you can't get those odds, because I would have taken those as well at 200 to 1. They are now 50 to 1. So they have increased, you know, to the level of a Jared Goff, a Cam Newton, around that range. So again, I will be talking about Mitch a lot. I'll be doing some previews on his touchdown totals, you know, his passing yard totals, Vegas set up all of those. So I'm going to compare it to where I believe I'll have Mitch versus Vegas. But it's funny because you never would have thought, hey, Mitch Trubisky for MVP this coming season. But now with, you know, looking at the odds and stuff, hey, listen, the formula for MVP is very simple in the NFL. You have to be a quarterback, because most quarterbacks win unless you have a, you know, out of this world type of season at any other position, like when Adrian Peterson won it, when he had rushed for over 2,000 yards. You got to be a quarterback on one of the best teams in the NFL, so your team has to have a very good record, and you got to put up the numbers, okay? The Bears last season, one of the best teams in the NFL. Mitch is a quarterback. He just didn't have the numbers Patrick Mahomes did. So to me, it's really the last thing. Mitch has 2 out of the 3 things. He just needs the stats to back it up, okay? If he had Patrick Mahomes' numbers last year, he wins MVP. So again, is it as far-fetched as you guys want to make it think it is? It's really not. It's really not. So again, like I said, is it likely that he wins MVP? No. But certainly I know why people have bet up the odds, because again, Mitch Trubisky, this is going to be a huge year for him. Third year, that's usually when you make that leap as a quarterback into that, elite status, and he was already a pro. He already was named to a Pro Bowl last year. So I believe Mitch Trubisky's trajectory is going up, up, and up. So I am expecting big things out of him this year. Again, more videos to come out soon on Mitch and how I project his season to be this year statistically. But I wanted you guys to think, let me know what you guys think about these odds. Should these quarterbacks be ahead of Mitch? Give me all the quarterbacks right now that you would take with better MVP odds, before Mitch. So obviously we know all the big names like we mentioned, Mahomes, Brady, Breeze, Rodgers, etc., etc. But where is Mitch to you guys? Okay, tell me where you would put Mitch in that list. So for me, heading into next season, who do I have ahead of Mitch Trubisky for better odds that I would bet on to have a better chance at winning the MVP than Mitch? And again, I'm only talking about quarterbacks, so there's other positions obviously that qualify, but I'm only talking about QBs. These are the guys that I have ahead of Mitch, okay? And let me just go through them real quick. So these are the clear-cut guys. So, you've got the big names: Mahomes, Brady, Rodgers, Breeze, Wilson, Luck, Goff, Wentz, and Rivers. I feel pretty strongly that these guys will have better odds and have a better chance to win the MVP next season, okay? So if I was a betting man, these guys are the ones I have ahead of Mitch. Then I've got a dotted line because the next tier, I'm not saying Mitch is better than any of these guys. All I'm saying is I would say Mitch's chances of winning MVP are arguable with these guys. And you've got Cam, Matt Ryan, Baker Mayfield, Deshaun Watson, and Big Ben. And the reason I say that, again, I don't want you guys to think I'm saying Mitch is better than these guys, but because their lack of team success, okay? It could attribute to it, okay? I expect the Bears to be better than the Panthers or the Falcons, the Browns, the Texans, or the Steelers. So I think because of that, because again, you're not going to win MVP if your team does not have a good record. It's arguable. But these guys, I have it ahead of Mitch. So let me know if you guys agree or not. Do you guys have any other quarterbacks ahead of Mitch on the list? Okay, let me know. Comment down below if you agree or disagree. I would love to know your thoughts. And again, more Bears videos and Mitch videos coming out soon. So stay tuned for that. As always, thanks for watching.